Hi guys, Miss Makandi here. I'm really glad to be back. It's been a minute, but a lot has been happening, and I thank God that I am back. You see, we can't take God for granted for giving us the opportunity to be here. I know the lighting is not perfect, but I think we will work with it. I'm shooting from home, and thank you for all the subscribers that have subscribed so far. I'm really grateful. So far we are at 75 subscribers, and I'm really happy for that we are continuing to grow. Though slowly we will get there. Yeah, and all that matters is we grow as a family. So today we are going to talk about the situation of our economy as a country and how it is affecting the small household economy. So our country is really at it. Taxes are going high every day. The cost of fuel is going high every day. The cost of literally everything is going up every day. So yesterday the fuel rose by, we were at 187 and now we are at 214. That is around 17 shillings, give or take, and that is a lot of money. When I say fuels a lot of things in this economy, then that is what I mean. Like everything is going up, and you can expect in the next coming 6 months everything will skyrocket. Yani like kila kitu, the prices will be so high. So what can we do, mamas? What can we do, small scale households? We do what we have to do to survive, you see. So today I am coming to you as a small scale, a part of the small scale household. And when I say small scale household, I am meaning a small family, which is where most of us lie as a country, which is where most of us are lying. Like we have families of 4, families of 3, at most, okay, not at most, but most of them we are at families of 3 to 5, you see, with this economy. So as a mother and as a member of the small households in these developing countries, I just had to come up with tips on how we can cut costs. Trust you me when I say this is not the time to be talking about saving. It is not the time to be talking about the saving, because then what are you even saving? There's nothing even to save. You see, there's this meme that was going around some time back. It was like you put money aside for saving for some emergency, and then next month that money is what is saving you. Can't afford to be talking about savings right now, because even there's no money to be saving. One, there's no money to even spend. So what are we saving? What we can do right now is cut costs, because we really need to be moving our money around from one billing to another so that we can be surviving. So what we are doing is cutting costs, not saving, because right now it's just not the moment to be saving, because there's not even money to save. Do you even have money to spend? No one even has that money to spend. So what are we even saving? And we can't kill ourselves over savings, you see. We just have to learn. We just have to survive until everything stabilizes, and then we can start talking about saving. Yeah, because honestly, is it the house rent you're going to pay, or you're going to be saving? Is it the school fees that is coming after every 1 month, or you're going to be saving? Is it the health insurance that you're going to be paying? Are you going to eat? Are you going like things are thick. So let me tell you something first before I get in onto my point. In a developing economy, or in any economy, we have high income earners, we have medium income earners, and low income earners. And let us translate that into a household. We have high income household, medium income household, and low income household. As a developing country, most of us lie within the medium income earners. You see, medium income household. But if we are not very careful, most of us now will be in the low income household. Why? Because taxes are going high every day. Because we have things like fuel, it's going up every day. The cost of food in this country, it is just it is just something else. Can you even talk about, was it even sugar just the other day? Everything is just escalating at an alarming rate, and salaries are just not increasing. The businesses are not doing so well. Rent is just getting higher and higher every day. Kwanza, people in real estate, you just need to do your math. You need to I look upset, and it is true. I am upset because things are just getting thick and thicker every other day. People in real estate, you just need to reevaluate your thing. I know you're in business, but mnafinyilia watu wa biashara na mnafinyilia pia tenants. You see, because now everything it is just escalated. You see, and on 5th, everyone is just calling, and all that. So as a household, Mine is a small household. You see, it is a small household. Just me, hubby, my girl Olive, and our living and nanny. So let's talk, mamas. Let's talk. I don't want to include everyone in this bracket, but today I want to talk with, in a household, they are, what do I say? When you are two, your husband and a wife, everyone has their own responsibility, you see. So today I'm talking on the responsibilities of wives or girlfriends, I don't even know, or mothers. You see, okay, let me say mothers, yes, responsibilities of mothers in a household, not responsibilities. How do we cut our costs? You see, how can we cut our costs so that our responsibilities, we can still meet them nicely? You see, we do not want to be like, yes, the house has been paid, but there's no food to eat. We do not want to be in a space where gas has been paid for, but our nanny has not been paid. You see, all those things. Now we have to know where we have to cut costs. And I will start talking about these. Okay, not talk about these, but I have written down a few pointers that I think can help us in managing our households a bit better, so that we can cut on cost. I told you I'm not talking about saving. We are cutting cost because we are trying to have this multiplier effect where this amount of money can be able to meet all these other responsibilities. You see, we are not trying to have money to save because there is no even money to spend to start with. So my first point is we need to cut on takeouts. I'm a victim of that because anytime I'm feeling very lazy, especially on Sundays and on any weekdays, I feel like we just can't cook. The other option is just takeout, and it is really pricey, and we are just trying to cut costs. So if we can cut on takeout costs, then you can really be able to do something about your cost. Another thing is the fuel cost. That is whatever I even started with the increase in fuel. Then you need to do your math. Do you really need to be using your car every day? Do you really need to be going long distances? Like, for example, I live in Kobo. Meru town is 14 kilometers away. Do I really need to drive all that way, or I can just use a matatu? It is even easier to use a matatu than drive, because where the cost of fuels right now, it's so much. And then we have another point on fuel cost is, for us who drop our kids to school, it is easier to fuel monthly. Let me not say just fill your tank once, and then you calculate how long that one can carry you. And if you do not have so many errands running or happening, then you're able to carry your kid to school through a month with one full tank. You see, which is a bit reasonable than every day you're just fueling in 500, 1,000, 2,000. That fuel, that is just not economical. But if you take some bulk cash, you fuel your car, and then you can be dropping your kids to school and all that, you will find that full tank can carry you throughout the month, and you may be able to cut on some costs there. Another thing is bulk buying, and when I say bulk buying, I'm advocating more of wholesale buying. Right now, it's just not the time to be going. You just can't afford to be going to supermarkets and just doing all that bulk shopping. That thing will be pricey. If I'm not, from my research, because I've really done my research, supermarkets are a little bit more pricey than wholesale. So wholesale shopping is a bit cheaper. You see, this is just not the time when you would think that, oh, I only do supermarkets, I only do blah, blah, blah. My friend, in this economy, you just can't be affording to be shopping at a supermarket every now and then. Get your 10 G's, go to a wholesale, and then you compare with another 10 G's in the supermarket. And then something else I've just come to learn is, while you're shopping in the supermarket, it's very tricky, it's very hard to stick on your list. Why? Kwa sababu saa kuna vitu nyingi poa, utaona sijui I needed this, or I needed this. So you just get off your shopping list, and now you're shopping for other things, and by the end of it all, you have not even bought the necessity. So wholesale shopping, in my opinion, it's a bit cheaper and a bit reliable. You see, kwa sababu ukinunua mafuta ya 10 liters, it is cheaper. where generally it is just very cheap to shop at the wholesale shopping. Right now it's not that time. Yes, and then another thing why we are that mini kwa hiyo point bado ya shopping, this is just yani for me, I do not go for brands anymore. It is not that time. It is not that time when you say I do not use any other brand of tissue paper, I only use CG what. And when that brand costs 600 shillings and there's another one here going for 380 shillings, that is a whole difference. Yani a whole lot of money. So right now, me, I'm just now going for brands. Oh, kwanza, another thing I'm not even going for, it is those detergents and brands on detergents are just so expensive. You go for toilet cleaners, some are way at 700 shillings, others are just 500 shillings. Let me just go for the 500 shillings and we will know what to do with it. You see, right now brands are just not we are not chasing the brand, we are working on cutting costs, you see. So there's no need of saying, oh, I just only use this bleaching agent. That bleaching agent is going for 700 shillings. And there's another brand here, an alternative of the same, that is going for 500 shillings. Then I will go for that one that is going for 500 shillings. You see? Because if anything, they're all going for the same price. And something I've come to learn is these brands now, they're not even maintaining the standards that they were offering us before. Just because you have a big brand name, the quality is not even as good. So sometimes even the cheaper version is a bit better. Another thing is grow your own vegetables. For mamas that live in apartment, it is good to have, if you have not even in apartments, yeah, if you can grow even things like danias, nini, those vegetables, you see, you can cut cost on those ones. And if you're in a place where you have a space that you can grow your own vegetables, just grow your own vegetables. Yani it is so cheap, because the other day I just realized in my whole household, if we have to have vegetables and ugali, we are going for vegetables of like 100 bob so that it can be enough. You see, na kitambo you would go with 20, 30, 40, 50, that would be enough. But right now the veggies sijui tuwili 10 bob. Vitungu ndizo hizo 1 kg is going for 150 shillings. But these vitungu za majani, yes, those ones jamete, you can easily plant them even in containers outside your house and you have something, you see, because 150 bob, 150 shillings, it is a lot. Another thing is, it is you learn to make snacks at home. Guys, sausages are going at 700 shillings. 700 shillings. Something we used to buy at 500 and 430, at most it's going for 700 shillings. We just can't keep up. We can't keep up. Leave alone sausages. Smokies, they were being bought at 300 bob. Right now, we 5 something. We just can't keep up with this economy. So mamas, we need to learn how to make our snacks at home. We can make our kids mandazis, pancakes. Yani these to yani go to YouTube, learn to make snacks, and it will end up being cheaper, and your kids will even enjoy more. These are not the times to be serving whole sausages for breakfast. This economy. Another thing is you need to have a well-structured meal plan. Something I came to learn before I had my own meal plan. No, not a meal plan. We call it, the language is a timetable. Yes, it is good to have a timetable. That is a structured meal plan. Okay, not a meal plan. It is a structured thing, a structured meals thing. Why? Kwa sababu, if I know Monday we will be having ugali and vegetables, Tuesday it's rice and cereals and something else, you can easily budget. Instead of having, what do I call it? Instead of just deciding on what you're going to cook and you go to the market and get them and then you just go home. That one has proven to be quite expensive on my side. Because now I realized when I'm having that structured timetable, I can go to the market once a week. You see, I go buy vegetables, I buy cereals that I do not have, I buy all these things. You see, it's fruits and everything, and it is cheaper, other than, like today I've sat at work and I've just decided we are going to have chapati and beef. That is a budget of over 500 in my household. You see, now imagine if I'm spending 500 shillings every day for a whole week, that is 3,500. But if I add a structured meal plan, something I've come to learn about structured meal plan is that 3,500 can carry you for 2 weeks, because you will structure your you will structure your timetable, go do bulk shopping. So the only thing you're left with buying it is this, or vegetables here, vegetables there, nini and all that, meat, vitu kama hizo, you see. So in my own opinion, I've just found having a structured way of having your meals, breakfast and dinner, then it just gets easier. It is easier, and it makes planning very easy. Another thing is you can, okay, now this one comes to people that always spend their time online, they are any calls and everything. Kitambo, I used to load my airtime daily, but lately I've been buying the monthly plan, and I've come to realize that the monthly plan is a bit cheaper, or it is not even a bit cheaper, it is so cheap as compared to loading your airtime daily. You might feel like a lot of money when you're buying it immediately, but if you count the cost of loading every day, 50 shillings or 100 shillings every day, then that is a lot more than just buying the monthly plan. And in most of the time, that even plan does not even expire. So in this economy, actually those are my main pointers. You see, those are my main pointers on how we are cutting costs in the house. But yeah, I think it is time we swallowed the hard pill. Things are just not the way they were before. Kitambo, people used to say there's a lot of money, and it is true. There was a lot of money. Businesses were making a lot of money. Salaries were good at that time compared to everything that was happening at that time. But right now, it is good that we face our truths. Things are not the same, and things are getting big every day. So it is the high time as families we consolidate our finances. Not consolidating, we become accountable for our own finances. You see, become accountable. We cannot not afford to be spending left, right and center. There's no money for that. You can't, there's just so much happening. There are so many costs. Kila kitu siku hizi ni kununua, na kila kitu ni pesa. Na si pesa kidogo ati ya 50 bob ati nini. It is just so much money that we need to be very cautious about how we are spending money. Ama we are risking we are just risking ourselves into so many things, either into debt or into so many things. Another thing is if there is with kids, I just came to learn that kids, it's just a matter of explaining to them. You see, like Olive was at a stage where if she asks something, she knows that mama or dad will come with it in the evening. But right now, it is good that we explain to her that mama hana pesa. You see eti hana pesa, but we can't be spending on that right now. You see, we can't be spending on that right now. Anyway, but I'm grateful that kids, watoto wa hizi wanashika vitu haraka, sika sisi. Like kitambo ungeambia mtoto like sina pesa, mtoto hata angekukasirikia and like, oh sijui mama nafanya sijui nini. But hizi you just tell a kid that money is not enough, and they like understand, like they are more appreciative, and like sisi venye tulikuwa. You see. And yes, guys, I think that's it on the economy. But before I wind up, we really need to take things seriously. We just can't be laughing around about finances anymore. We just can't be laughing around about our economy anymore. There's only so much that we can do that will affect the economy as a whole. But there is so much you can do that will affect the economy of your house. You see, now take your house as a small country, and that is an economic structure on its own. You see, take your household as that economic structure of its own, and you will realize that there's so much you can do to save yourself from the stress of paying all those bills, from the stress of vitu mingi sana. So we just need to be accountable, you see, and we try cutting all those costs. Mind you, me, I'm still of the point that right now it's just not that time to be talking about savings. It is not that time. Honestly, it is not that time to be talking about savings. And honestly, at this point, if you tell me that you're saving, that is show off. In my own opinion, that is just show off. You see, like everyone is in their own thick. Kila mtu ako in the thick of things. You see, like we are all trying to survive. We are all trying to pay school fees. We are all trying to pay bills. We are all a lot is happening. A lot is happening. Oh yeah, and I just remembered something. In the midst of all these things, of all these financial crises that are happening, let us be very careful, and let us keep watch our mental health. You see, it needs to be in check. We can easily lose ourselves in the dynamics of this world. We can easily lose ourselves in money dynamics. We can easily lose touch with ourselves, which is so true. Because oh my god, if I tell you I've lost myself, I have really lost myself so many times. We can easily lose our shit when we are trying to navigate these tough times. But let's keep our mental health in check. Let us speak up to people. Okay. Let us always keep talk to your trusted friends, talk to your partner, talk to anyone about finances. Okay, talk about your mental health. And another thing is, we just can't kill ourselves over tough times. If you have a place to lay your head, if you have food to eat, if your kids are in school and there is water where you're living, then the rest can just come. It is never too late. You see, I never feel like you're left out, ama you're left behind, ama things are happening for other people and they're not happening for you. Your time will come. You, my subscriber, your time will come. There's a time I shot a video about God's timing. Yani God's timing is always right. Right now you might be in the thick of things. Yani vitu zako haziendanishi, like your finances ziko tu hivi. And I'm assuring you almost everyone's finances, hata za Ruto, ziko hivi. Hivi. Yani kila kitu iko messed up. Usione ni kama don't feel like oh, you do not know how to plan yourself, you do not know how to do things better, or sijui nini. My friend, finances za watu ziko madhogadhania hivi. Hata za Ruto mwenyewe anajaribu kubalance out hii nchi, this country. Ziko hivi. Unafikiria kitupandishia mafuta every day like things are okay? No. Now those are people being paid in millions. Achana na sisi tunalipwa thousands. Achana na sisi tunalipwa thousands here. People are paid in millions. And their finances ziko hivi. Yani, hata uwezi zielewa. So keep holding. Shikilia. Tusikumane na hii maisha venye iko while we are cutting our costs. The only thing I'm trying to say is, and I believe in, we can't afford extravagance right now. You see, we can't afford extravagance. And we can't afford those impromptu purchases. Oh, sijui I saw a cashew going for 3K, let me grab it. We can't afford for that. It is about planning. Hey, this is not the time. My friend, this is not the time to be keeping up with the Joneses next door. It is not that time. Kwa sababu pia ujui hizo boma zina navigate nini right now. Wanaweza kuwa wanakula vizuri lakini nao yani hawapaki mafuta. I'm just trying. You see, unajua household it's all about balance. You might think in my household I'm doing well, but sawa, kwa sababu unaona wewe tunakula spinach. My friend, labda managu sisi hatukuli. Unaona? Labda unaweza ona we are doing this and this, but everyone's finances are like this. Let no one lie to you. Kila mtu zote ziko hivyo, ziko hivi. And na sisi zote, if we are not very careful, we'll be very low income earners very soon. So we just have to be cautious. We just have to be cautious and keep in check our mental health, because we can't afford to be losing our sanity over money. We are doing our best. We are working. We are trying to cut costs where we can. We just can't lose our sanity over all those small things. You see, we can. Okay, they're not small things. They're big things. But we just can't be losing our sanity over that. We can't, because kuna kesho, and we have kids that look up to us. Yeah, and we are people. Thank you so much for joining in. Ignore your vitu iko hapo. If there is one thing about Kenyan homes is we always store things at the top of the cabinet. But anyway, let's continue working. Let's continue even praying for our own country. Let's continue praying for our businesses. Let's continue, because we can't even afford to be losing jobs right now. We can't. There's so many things we can't afford to be doing right now. So let's continue being prayerful. Let's continue being steadfast in everything that we do, and God will bless us. Yeah. And thank you so much, guys, for joining us. It was a short one. Yeah, and I promise that we will continue with these economic crisis topics, because we need to be helpful to one another. We need to be mindful of one another. And right now, okay, before I even wind up, it is good that we are all mindful of what we say to one another. Right now, we need to be very cautious, because everyone is in the thick of things right now. So we need to be kind. Let's extend grace to one another. Let's extend love to one another. It is not the time to be talking behind people's backs on their finances. It is not the time to be talking about people behind people's backs on their issues. It is not that time. You just deal with your issues, and I deal with my issues. You see, because you're not better off. We are all struggling. And my dear, let me just tell you, if you just find yourself like you think you're so perfect, I don't think you are so perfect. Sisi wote tuko na easy, tuko hivi. We are all trying to navigate this life. You see, thank you so much, guys, and I hope you continue subscribing to my channel. Let's grow together. I'm hoping to reach 100k subscribers very soon, and thank you so much.